What's happening with Aduro stock right now is more of a normal. It's more of a normal thing. You see, you buy the stock of a company because there's a business behind it, and you don't overpay for it. You pay a reasonable price or a cheap price, and especially when it's undiscovered, and then they deliver something. They become more useful, more valuable. They sign up a client or two, whatever, make their asset more known, more valuable, and you would expect the stock price after a while to get higher. And that's where we are with Aduro, right? Now, what's happening with Oracle or Voxter, that's not normal. Okay? I mean, think about it. Oracle stock is lower today than before the legals were solved. In other words, the stock today is lower after Oracle owns Santa Thomas than before it owned Santa Thomas. Yeah. And then after now 43-101, all the drilling, now the stock is lower. That's not normal. Okay? That's not normal. And if you think this is normal, you're just as retarded as everybody else. Okay? So let's go back to Aduro for a second. In the other video, I showed you how one YouTuber made a documentary about plastic, and Aduro was mentioned there. And it was done really well because the plastic problem was presented, Aduro was presented as a solution. It wasn't like one of the videos that talks about politics. Oh, this video is sponsored by Aduro. No, this was here's the problem. Nobody else can deal with this, and here's Aduro as a solution. That's why I like this video. But when I made that video, I think there was maybe like 10,000 views on that video. And now if you look today, 2 days later, it's 138,000 views. And if you look at the stock of Aduro, it's moving up, right? It was over $1 just a few seconds ago before I started doing this video. And if you look at a 5-year chart or the chart from the bottom in May of 2020, well, it's exactly double, right? Now, and that would be more normal, okay? That would be more normal. But you see, what people don't realize that is happening right now is that Aduro cannot be ignored anymore. In the industry, both on the plastic and oil side, and also there is more and more exposure that is coming to the company's stock. I mean, think about this. 138,000 views on a video. Some of these people will say, what is Aduro? I want to find out about Aduro. So then they start searching. They don't go out and buy the stock right away, but then they start searching, and then they start to find, let's say, my videos, or somebody, not too many people have talked about Aduro, but a few, right? And then they start searching, and then they're like, oh, wow, this is interesting. Shell is involved, right? So this is how you plant seeds, right? And then also the other day, somebody posted something about Aduro and Shell on Twitter, and I asked a few people, like, do you know this person? Did this come from, let's say, the company reaching out? No, it's organically starting to get traction. More and more people are finding out about it. And now, why is this also important? Well, because what people don't realize is that Aduro has a very low float. After the insiders, myself, few other people, those shares are not going to come. They're not going to come to the market anytime soon. There's only about 20 million only about 20 million shares that are in the public float that can be bought. That's it. 20 million shares. So right now, even though the stock is going up, there's still some people that are looking for liquidity, right? But now, what happens when a lot of people want to buy this? Because at some point, remember how I always talk about 3 inches? Remember how I talked about 2025, the mandate for 2025? All the governments around the world creating mandates that by 2025, plastic producers have to come up with a solution for their plastic recycling, right? So right now, we're in 2023. 2025 is 5 inches away, not 3 inches away. But the moment you start moving to 2024, oh my goodness, that 3 inches becomes 3 inches. And more exposure. Let's say they sign up another client, 3 inches, people having a reason to buy it. Do you see where I'm going with this? 20 million shares in the float. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, and don't tell me that I didn't tell you. But here's another thing that I want to talk about, is that right now, when you read some message boards on Aduro, it's all positive. It's all positive because the stock price didn't really have this negative drawdown like other microcap stocks had, okay? And that's because it was very quiet at that point. It was unknown. But if you look at Cielo Waste Solutions, look at this stock. And this is not, they don't really have a solution. But look at this stock. It was worth over $1 billion, $1.55 in July of 2021. It's down 97.5%. Now, if more people knew about Aduro, all the hype that was going on in 2021, no question that Aduro would have been a $5 stock, maybe $10 stock, and now it would have been down 80, 90%, and people wouldn't have that great of experience. But nothing would have changed. The stock price would have been different, and it would have been, oh, what a horrible pick. But it probably wouldn't be, right? So just keep that in mind. Anyway, that's it.